Hey everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Noob to Expert tutorial. We're still attacking Russia and it's still 1938 and we're 1.5 years before World War II actually started and we're doing great. So let's see, Air Force is moving up to the north to support our push here. We're pushing into Crimea, we're pushing into the east, south of Stalingrad. Soon you have a pocket going that looks quite nice. 15, 16 troops in there. Yeah, that's good. So how's Russia doing? Let's have a look. Details. Still on limited conscription, that's their fault, and they're down to 70 divisions? Yep. Still minus 45% organization, still really bad. We still have a war goal against Yugoslavia, which is in 1940, so we have to declare there sooner or later. But other than that, everything's going fine. So what are we going to talk about today? We've talked about a lot of things so far. There's another pocket up here, it's cool. Crush that, nice. I'm gonna hit play, and then we're gonna see what happens. We have a new button up here that says resistance to occupation. Unfortunately, there is not much to see currently, so we have to wait until we actually get there. 52% towards capitulation, very nice. Yeah, mopping up all of this. Now you stay here. You know what, I'm just gonna do this manually. Come here. No. Oh, I can't get through here because there's a navy stationed here that doesn't want me to. Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's weird. No, you just stay there. You just stay there and you get an attack line right here. And whenever you can, you go. Which prompts them to go around. That's completely bollocks. Alright. There's a straight crossing here. We probably can't get over it because the navy's in this tile and just prevents us. See, now the navy is gone and they're moving back when you actually press H to stop them. Good. So most of this army is advancing towards Stalingrad on crazy mode. Perfect. This army is still moving like crazy. Let's just stop them and redeploy them. Have them redeploy. Still making the guns. Still catching up on all of the things, but we're actually getting there. Yep, looking good. Run out of fighters, it seems. It's not too bad. We can live without for the moment. So this is all looking good. We're still capped with our army experience. What is it that we could do right now to use that army experience? Because you can't get any more than 500. You're just wasting what you know, could be getting. Let's see. Could put another tank in here. But we don't have tanks to begin with. So that's a no. Signal company. We don't really have support equipment, but I do want to have that in there. Yeah, that's not that bad. That's okay. Still short on artillery. Getting there. Now, one thing I would like to do is convert all my stupid horses over to standard infantry. Oh, look at this. There's veterans in here, plus 75% combat modifier. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. So how do you convert a whole line of, well, cavalry into infantry? You double click on one of these to have them all selected. All the same template will be selected. And then you just click change template and you say you're going to be infantry. Do we have all what we need? No, we're going to do it anyway. There you go. Why? Because these divisions just pack more attack. And that's what we need right now. Which also means I can just delete this template and be done with it. It's okay. Don't need it anymore. Oh, that's looking good. And you delete everything. That just looks bollocks. Oh, wait. Before we do this, can you please extend all the way down here? Thank you very much. You take this territory and push right here. And go. So you've moved your whole front line to the north, it seems.
I made the front line. I made a new front line down at the bottom here, and made it a short distance. It was still green, didn't turn yellow, and I said, okay, you guys go there, and I activated it, and everybody went north.
And Leningrad is fallen. Yeah, you know, when provinces get taken, this front line always gets a little wonky. Don't ask. It's a thing.
Okay. You guys just go party, have fun. We'll make you a new front.
Taking Leningrad, so we're good there. Taking Stalingrad across the rivers will be a thing. But there's nobody here really, so might as well just move in there. See what happens. Tanks are cleaning up all the south. Yeah, I need to move the front line again. There's no supply down here. Looking good. Looking good. Looking freaking spiffy. Let's move these again. A little closer. That's good. So, Russia, how are you doing now? Oh, look at that, 88% towards capitulation. So, Stalingrad? Oh, we've just taken Stalingrad. Did that change anything? No, that's the 88% were already included in that. Bummer. Still getting that victory point down here. Mopping up here. There's another 3. Look. Yeah, can you please completely kill that? You too, come on. We have some free political power, why wouldn't we? Just wherever. It's all good. So now you don't have anything to do down here. Let's give you front there. And tell them to go. Almost. Ah. Oh, my front line just completely vanished. That's good.
Like I said, I don't know what the heck.
Yeah,
happened.
speaking of wonky,
Just like...
this game is good at that. All to go up here. Starting from here. So you can move your battle arrows. I don't know if I've covered that already, but I definitely want to. When you have your army selected, so for me it's my red army because that's the main front line here, and I hold Alt or I press that button that says Edit Mode, you can see all these green provinces around your attack arrow, right?
Okay, so that's select the army,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was
Hold Alt.
Alt. Yep.
While you hold that, you see that around your attack arrow you have this green area.
Yes.
Now left click and hold anywhere in that area.
Okay.
And then move your mouse towards where your actual front line is. So you can move your angle of attack up and down.
Cool.
You can do the same on the other end, where the end of your offensive line is, and say, okay, I've drawn this long offensive line, but I actually want you to get the north first and the south last. So you see, I have moved my red arrow of attack, which was somewhere in the middle of this huge front line. I've moved this all the way up to the north. So most of the troops are going to move to the north now to attack.
Right.
They're still going to cover the front line, but like half of the army is going to be in the north, while the rest of the armies cover 90% of the front line. You can also do that, I mean, that only works if you hold and drag onto your front line or onto your offensive line. If you just hold and drag, you just move the arrow around, part of the arrow basically.
Okay.
Alright, so that they all go. It's good. Also, if you look at your generals now, just for 1 second here, that one general that you have working with this big attack arrow where there's 1 division assigned, that's gorgeous.
Oh, that's my army
40 divisions on the front line. Yeah, that's that one line. I see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, that's the cavalry. That's cavalry.
Okay. Well, if you look at your generals,
Yep.
at the very bottom you see the green line below the number of troops that general covers.
Yep.
My line is all green, which basically says we are way stronger than the enemy.
Mine is not.
And if you hover over the green arrow on top,
Green arrow on top.
yeah, on top of your general, where it has the
Oh.
stop and go button.
Okay. Yes.
If you hover over that, it actually will tell you estimated plan value. So for me, for example, if I take my tanks, it says estimated plan value 0. The plan is considered to be risky. Inferior enemy 80%. Large river crossing -10. Division is still preparing -20, and some divisions not in position -50. So as soon as all my tanks arrive, this -50 will disappear. And the plan will not be risky anymore. If I look at my red army, it just says here estimated plan value 60%. The plan is considered to be to our advantage. Inferior enemy, friendly air superiority, and that's pretty much that. So I'm good to go here.
Well, you'll get a kick out of this. My 4 tanks, or my 3 tanks and infantry unit, they have 60% estimated plan value. Inferior enemy, which is 80%. Division still preparing is -20.
That's good.
Now my large army has exactly what you have.
No, it's fine. You know what I'm gonna do? Speed 4. Let's kill the Russians.
Dun dun dun.
And now look at them go.
Wow.
Am I still going? Yeah, I'm going aggressive. I have 25,000 infantry equipment. I'm producing way more than I need. So I'm going to scale down on that considerably. Boop. Yeah, also all my factories are now pretty much producing full efficiency. 77 out of 90% is good. So now back to making guns and stuff. The big guns, the artillery and all of those. Could actually have another tank line. Oh, wow, stop. Question of Yugoslavia. Yeah, German pressure is good. Alright, fate of Czechoslovakia. The end of Czechoslovakia is at hand and our forces are marching into Prague at this very moment. What forces? Okay, I could set up Slovakia as a puppet. I could partition it with Hungary, or I could just take all of it, which costs me 50 political power and has no other drawbacks. I'm taking it. Thank you.
Bye.
Gone. All mine now.
It's nice knowing you.
So let's set up the next thing. I could go down alliance with Italy now.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Still need to attack Slovenia. I could do the anti-Soviet pact. Well, still nothing there. Okay, second Vienna award. Yeah, we'll just go down that route. We're just gonna get and annex more stuff. Why wouldn't we? Okay, did I get anything out of that? Do I have any unassigned divisions or anything? No, there's nothing here. I just got the raw territory. So, 80 factories. Hell yeah. Doing all the things. Perfect. Still have way too many guns. I could make more tanks. That would be advisable. But we're gonna redesign all of that stuff soon. So it's not worth it. I could spend some points in making this tank better, but I'm actually gonna get the next variant soon. The next upgraded model, and then it's not worth it, because that will always be better than what you can upgrade. Right, let's get our kick here.
So much for peace.
Screw peace. Who needs peace when you can have Russia? Alright, I don't think I need my Air Force anymore, really. They're doing good, but I don't need them, so I'm just gonna kill them all. Boop. Planes are put back in storage. And the men are returned to my manpower pool. I have 3 factories. Yes, I have 92 now. Thank you. Going to produce more things. And I'm still making a battleship for some reason. That's weird.
Yeah, I got rid of that already.
I don't need that. Go away. I'm short on tungsten. Alright.
Oh! They capitulated.
By Soviet Union! Victory conference. Oh, now we're gonna have fun.
Wow. That went way faster
than expected. Yeah, late game you can't do it this fast. You actually need to cover half of Siberia. Alright,
yeah,
so Treaty of Ulaanbaatar. Now we're gonna do a victory conference. You see on the left hand side it's you and me, right?
That's it.
You see that I have a little bit more war score than you do.
Just a tad.
Yeah. Alright, on the bottom it says make demands Soviet Union. Click on the arrow and you can actually see what you can do with them. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Take all states would take me 3,466 points. I don't have those. It's roughly my points and then minus whatever the next guy in line has. So if I have 3,000, you have 2,000, I have about 1,000 points to spend before I drop below the threshold and you would be next. That's roughly how it works. I can't give you the real figure there. I just don't know.
Well,
currently I can spend like 2,400. Because you have 200 something.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the map, you currently see that every province has a 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not your turn. I can actually see the real numbers, and they differ from nation to nation. Because if you only attacked in the south and you never attacked in the north, the provinces in the north will be more expensive to you because you just didn't do anything there.
Right.
That's roughly how it works. Especially if you have multiple countries. So, for example, if we were in a war with France and the UK, and I focused on the UK, and you focused on France, and now I want to have the Normandy. I have never been in France with my troops, so that would be like 3,000, 5,000 points for me or something. Whereas the UK is like 10, 20, 30. It's a huge difference.
Yep.
So currently here, it's not that much of a difference. We both fought here. And there's territory to the far east, which is just completely worthless. Good thing is they added that you can see the resources now. Before that, you couldn't really. I mean, you can hover on a province, and it will tell you building 0 out of 5, there's a 5 infrastructure, a 3 airbase, and maybe 10 oil or something. So you can see it, but now you actually have it graphically on the map. So we're just going to do this relatively quickly. Why don't we share this? I mean, you do need factories as well, right?
Yeah, well, that would be nice.
Right, I give you the...
I can't even make stuff now.
You get the south. You have a lot of oil in the south, which I will be requesting from you. I get most of the northern part.
I got already, to the synthetic stuff and oil production. And
yeah, but, you know, there's 126 oil in the south. How many factories do you want to build?
As many as I can.
Yeah, I know, but it is a thing.
Yes, I know.
I'm just gonna go over here and take all of that. Hi, Japan. Okay, now let's split the resources somewhat evenly. Seems like Mongolia is untouched by any of the winners. No demands can't be made. It says it on the right hand side where it says defeated. You see the 3 flags?
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are black. If you hover over that, you have never been there. They haven't participated really, although they were in the war. But since nobody of us has been there, we can't make demands. They're just going to be free.
Okay.
Which I think is a little bit
that.
crap, but
We'll fix
that's how that works.
No
yeah,
worries.
we fix it. We get there eventually. Okay, there's a lot of territories over here that are just 1 point because they are completely worthless. Yeah, I'm gonna take some resources here with Japan. No, not that one. Actually, that leaves you all the resources. That's great. So I'm gonna take some more over here.
Well, you want me to just pass and give you...
No. You get the rest. I'm actually gonna show that off as well, how you can contribute war score to another player or nation.
You're up to 1280?
Something like that.
Yeah.
That is fine, and I guess that's pretty much half of it. I get the unimportant half in some of the factories. Yeah, that should split it fairly even. Not 100%, but yeah. Okay, I'm now gonna go end turn. Now it's your turn. If you just press pass for a second there.
Oh.
Yeah. Just unselect them. On the bottom right you have reset. That's the easiest way to do that.
So 54 passed.
So now it's my turn again, and now I click on your flag, and that gives me an option that says German Reich, give score. And I just do that. And now I have 0 and you have all of it. Okay. Or I could have just have said done, and then you would automatically have gotten all the score because I would have withdrawn from the conference there.
Alright.
Yeah, that should enable you to basically click your way through.
Okay.
There's a lot of more things we can do. You can do that while I talk about it. So we could puppet the Soviet Union, or well, Russia probably. Well, it says Soviet Union here. We could liberate and we could satellite. Now what's the difference between all of those? If we just puppet the Soviet Union, we pick one of the states and say you're the Soviet Union now. Afterwards, this Soviet Union will pop up in the victory list on the left hand side. We can click on Soviet Union, and then every state we select on the map will go to the Soviet Union instead of us. Well, that's one thing. We can liberate, for example, Azerbaijan, which basically pops out Azerbaijan out of this whole USSR domain and makes it its own state. So if we go over here, for example, and look at Korea, which is dominated by Japan, you would be able to liberate Korea and make it a free Korea. And then there's satellite. Now the difference between puppet and satellite is pretty easy. There is none. If you let's put it the other way around. You can only puppet a state that existed once you went to war. So we could puppet the USSR because we fought the USSR. We could not puppet the Ukraine because the Ukraine wasn't a state. We could liberate the Ukraine and then make it a puppet, and that's what satellite means. That's all there is to it. So again, over here, if we were fighting Japan and we would defeat them, we could puppet Japan because Japan does exist. But we could not puppet Korea. We could liberate Korea or we could satellite Korea. Difference being, liberate, you just do your thing, you just become your state and do whatever you want. Satellite, well, we're fascist, you're going to be a fascist state, and you're technically going to be our vassal. That's how that works. And you're almost done there. Cool. End turn.
Is that everything?
Well, click end turn, you will notice.
You don't have enough score.
Yeah, I see that. Well, then unselect some. Wait until your score turns yellow again. Or that should be it. Yep. You see where it says make demands Soviet Union, there's the arrow so you can open that list. Do you have it open?
Do what?
Where it says make demands on the lower left.
Make demands.
Yeah,
oh,
above
yes.
the pass
Yes.
button, right. Below that you see Soviet Union, right?
Yes.
And it has an arrow going down on the right hand side.
Well, mine's pointing up.
Okay, so you have it open already. On the
Yes.
bottom you have take all states, right?
Yep.
There's an arrow beside that as well. If you click on that, you'll see how many states are left.
Yep. 1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6. Yep.
So I would say, since you see the score they have on the left hand side, I'd say just click pass a couple times until you have enough score and then just take them in one swoop. Good, should be fine. I think.
And take all.
Take all usually doesn't work once you've started taking stuff, so you just need to click them. That's a little bit buggy. You can click them by clicking on the map or by clicking the names in the list there. Both works, doesn't matter. Should work, end turn, and done. And pause. I took 67, you took 62 states. Looks good. Look at Italy, look at Germany. Looks fairly good on the map. So, now let's go into your production menu and tell me how many factories you have.
127.
I have 108. You're doing great there.
Well,
construction.
I just looked up at the thing.
I have 111 doing construction.
Nice.
That's good. So I guess we're going to start the tank production now, for real.
The question I have is, I have my artillery, motorized. It's not producing anything.
Alright, why?
I don't...
Do you have all the resources?
It says no factories assigned. I have all the resources, but it says no factories assigned, and I have them.
Are they green, gray, or red?
They're gray.
Well, when they are gray, then you don't have those factories.
Okay.
On top, where it says military factories, there's 2 numbers beside it.
Military factories 47 of 47. So does that mean I need to produce more military factories?
Yes, you only have 47 and you're using all 47. I mean, scroll up in the list and see where the last green factory is. Up to there, you are actually using them. So 47, that's what? That's 3 full lines plus 2 extra. So the gray ones are only placeholders to be filled up. So you're designating that you will have, let's say, 5 gray factories, means that whenever I get those 5 factories built, put them in here. If I get 6 built, I only want 5 in here, so trickle down to the next production line and maybe put them in there. So you need to rearrange where you put them, which also, well, you shouldn't have just 47 factories. But yeah, well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get more. You are going to get Yugoslavia next. Because I'm going to conquer that and then I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Bring my tanks over here. You guys just come home and be in Berlin or something. Just this general area, be here. Have supply. Good. You guys. So my 12... Oh, I have 12 tanks now. That's great. My 12 tanks will attack Yugoslavia next. That's the thing. I have research to do. I have 3 military factories that I don't need. Yeah. It's looking good. How are the resources doing? I have everything except for tungsten. That's great. Nope. There. I'm importing too much stuff. Cool.
100% more attention.
I like it. Alright. Well, I think we're done for today, huh?
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah.
It is good.
That does include the stream, unfortunately. So let's do a little save here on cam. Don't do that often. The 9 or 10 episodes today, I might have forgotten to save 1 in between there. So that's more than a week of footage. Everybody will be happy, including us. So I guess we meet again next Saturday for the next stream, if that is good for you.
Sounds wonderful.
We'll see. Today is, well, now for me it's Sunday. Don't know what to do on Sunday. Well, I have planned to do Hearts of Iron 4 multiplayer with tanks, so that's going to be interesting. But the recording won't benefit from that, because that will be way in the future. So, for all of those watching the episode, don't forget to justify, subscribe, or go and also blitzkrieg the like button. Follow me on Twitter if you want to catch the next live stream. I'm Scryptar. He's Scott. We are awesome, and you are dismissed.